Hey everybody, and welcome back to Keeping Your Business on Track. I'm Joe Harris, your host, and I'm here today to bring you the education and inspiration you need to grow your real estate and mortgage businesses. I'm here with Rick Townsend, one of our top LOs. Rick, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're going to talk about how to best prepare your client for their shopping experience to go out and purchase a home.
Awesome. So why is it important to prepare your clients up front?
Well, in my experience, the best prepared they are, the better the transaction and the best experience they're going to have, because we're able to, number one, find out what are their goals, what are they looking to achieve, help paint the picture as to what does that purchase look like to them financially,
right?
And then collect everything that we need so that it's a smooth process and we can get them to the closing table with as little or no anxiety.
Well, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know it can be a stressful process, but the whole point is to make it not a stressful process.
Correct.
Yeah. Cool. What's the first thing your client should do before even looking for a home?
What I think they should do is spend some time talking with their LO, find out, all the nuts and bolts of their finances, take a look at what their payment histories look like, credit scores, so that we can determine and qualify them for what that purchase would be. And then we would go ahead, collect documentation, do all of our underwriting to get them a secured approval letter so they can go out and shop with confidence.
So the first step you said, or before they start looking for homes, is to get pre-approved, is what I break that down to be.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what other things should they consider, the clients consider, prior to looking for a home?
Well, obviously their employment history, their payment history, credit score, and their wants and needs. What are they looking for in a home? And then help, paint that financial picture as to what that purchase would look like for them.
So before they just run out and start looking at homes, they should understand what they can afford, maybe, understand what they want, so they go in with a clear goal in mind, and things like that. So what happens, let's say you don't take the time to educate your clients. What do you think happens at that point?
From what we hear from a lot of clients is that they've had mortgage experiences in the past that didn't go as smooth as they did here. The deal can completely fall apart, or you can find yourself chasing documents all over the place with a couple of days before closing. And it just creates, just a lot of anxiety for them.
Right. I've heard horror stories of people like right before closing, you didn't tell me that this was going to happen, or I'd have to pay for flood insurance, or that my insurance could be this high because you didn't tell me to get insurance up front, or you didn't tell me that mortgage insurance is going to cost. I've heard these things of other lenders out there, because the lender didn't take the time to educate the client and just assumed at the end that they'd figure it out and they'd have to be forced to go with it.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Man, that's definitely something that I'd choose not to jump into. Obviously, a happy client is a satisfied client. The satisfied clients are going to refer their family, friends, and coworkers over to us.
Right.
And I just walk into each, interaction with a client is, I want to have a genuine interest in what it is that they're trying to do, because it's just as important to me as it is them. And, build a relationship that lasts for a long time.
Right. And it's hard to do that when your client's upset with you at the end, right?
You don't want to be hiding behind, an end cap at the grocery store because you delivered a bad experience and they're walking down the aisle next to you.
Well, yeah, I call that the Publix principle. It's like I always said, I conduct my business in such a way that when I see you in Publix or Long Doggers or one of the other fine establishments in town, that I won't have to hide from you. I can go up and say, hi, how's it going? How's the family? How's the dog? How are the kids? And things like that. And it also helps me sleep well at night, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. So how does, we talked about the early education, but how does that really, granted that they don't have the mishaps in it, but how does the early education really benefit the client?
Well, it benefits them because, number one, they're prepared. They know what their purchase is going to look like. They're able to focus on things in their life that are important, like getting their family to move, a lot of times halfway across the country, and get kids enrolled in school and things of that nature. But, to me, at the end of the day, it's just, we do all the heavy lifting. And our process is proven, and we do a great job for our clients. And, that's what's made us successful, and we'll continue to do so.
Yeah. I like to think for a long, long time. So how does a well-prepared client benefit you, the agent, and everyone in the transaction?
Well, a lot of times they walk into it, have never been through a purchase experience before, and that allows us to be like, their hero, their miracle worker, their go-to.
Right.
Whenever, they have something that comes up in the future, they're going to reach out because this is all that they know, and it went so well for them. As far as for our referral partners and stuff, a happy client, they're satisfied. They're going to refer more business back and forth to the realtors. And, obviously when they communicate with us, and we reach back out to our referral partners as well and just pass it on down the line.
Yeah. So we always say that our goal is a smiley face on that client at closing, right? And, if that client has a smiley face and they're happy about the transaction and that realtor referred them, well, that makes the realtor look good, right?
Correct.
But if they have a frowny face at closing and the realtor referred them, that also reflects on the agent, right?
Correct. And I think that's where setting the expectations early in the process and getting everything that we can to get them as properly qualified as possible really helps with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So look, if you had to give one piece of advice or main takeaway on this, what would it be?
That early education in the sales process is what's going to be critical. Like I said, being able to educate them of the ups and downs of the mortgage process, make sure that we understand what hurdles we're going to have to jump and how we're going to take care of that for them, and then just, hold their hand and lead them down the path.
You're right. That's awesome. Yeah, well-prepared client that understands the transaction or properly educated. You've explained the process, the cost, their options, and all these things. With no surprises, right?
Correct.
And no one likes bad surprises. Good surprises, I think people like them. But having a non-eventful transaction because everyone's well-versed and educated and calm because they know what to expect. That's the goal.
Correct. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Rick, as always, I do have 3 pop questions for you that you weren't prepped on prior.
Okay.
So number 1, do you have a favorite book?
I do have a favorite book, and my favorite book is sitting in my office right now. It is Eat the Frog.
Eat That Frog. Okay. Yeah. Why is that your favorite book?
Just because it allows you to kind of conduct your business in a way that's kind of easy to manage. It keeps you focused. You walk in every day with, a clean slate, able to pick up and just, dig in and do the best that you can for your clients.
Cool. Good deal. Number 2, do you have a favorite movie?
Oh, man. My favorite movie would probably be The Departed right now.
The Departed. Okay. Any reason why?
Just a lot of great actors in there with, Matt Damon and Leo and
De Niro or
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, he's awesome. And finally, who inspired you most?
In what way?
It's an open-ended question.
Inspires me most. My family does because, they look to me as a leader in the household and, they have faith and believe in me. And it's easy to go out every day and just grind and do what I have to for them and make them proud.
Awesome. Well, Rick, thank you so much for giving us all that wisdom. We appreciate it. And for those of you out there, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know. Contact us. Like, subscribe, share, do all those things on the TikTok, the LinkedIns, the Facebooks, and all these things. Rick, thanks again for being on the show today.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Jeff.
All right. Bye.